My name is Claudia Wilson Randall. I'm the Executive Director at the Community Development Network, and this is our second event of the day. And this is part of Community Development Week. And this year, from September 30th to October 8th, we are doing 10 events, all of them virtual, and we are trying to actually see some actual community development work and show and lift up the impact of the community development industry in general. So first, I just want to thank our sponsors. You know, like everything in COVID, we're trying to make this work. We spent time on videos and making sure that we have actual pictures of our projects across the state. And I want to thank all of our partners for their support and their continued support of the work that we do to promote the community development sector. I also want to just shout out our member sponsors. We had a few members who also put money towards Community Development Week this year. In addition to their membership to CDN, they provided more. So I just, again, as I said, we have 9 events in 8 days. It's about 15 hours of programming. The Counselor Connection, our broadband panel, our annual meeting are all virtual, so there's no site actually associated with them. So I just want to thank everyone again for making this work. And what we're trying to do at these events that's really important is to just really lift up the fantastic work that our organizations have been doing across the state. And I guess I also want to say that during COVID-19, it's not over. The pandemic continues. So we also want to highlight people's COVID response and the work that they have been doing to help their clients and customers and constituents wherever they are around the state. So again, just a shout out to the whole Housing Initiative Partnership staff. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mary Ann.
Hey, thank you so much, Claudia. Good morning and welcome to our virtual ribbon cutting ceremony for Palmer Park Meadows, 9 net zero townhomes in Palmer Park, developed by Housing Initiative Partnership, also known as HIP. I'm Mary Ann Dillon. I'm the Executive Director of Housing Initiative Partnership, and on behalf of our board and our staff and our wonderful partner at Community Development Network, I want to welcome you. Before I get into the program, I want to introduce Council Member Jolene Ivey, who also has some words of welcoming for you. And Jolene was elected to her first 4-term on the Prince George's County Council back in November 2018, getting to the right century, representing District 5, which includes the Palmer Park neighborhood. She previously served in Annapolis as a delegate representing District 47 in the Maryland House of Delegates, and so she is well acquainted with the work that HIP does and with the needs of our community, and particularly Palmer Park. So let me introduce Jolene. I see she's on mute. She's unmuted and ready to go.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Today's a wonderful example of the purpose and success of HIP. I'm pleased to have been invited today and to welcome the new owners in Palmer Park Meadows to the world of home ownership. Since 1988, before my adult children were born, HIP has been helping working families move into safe, efficient, healthy, and affordable housing in Prince George's County. The name Housing Initiative Partnership is an accurate description of what HIP does and of its success. It has shown initiative and has been innovative in building and renovating housing in the community. True to the term partnership in its name, HIP has been a valuable partner with not only the people they assist, but also with Prince George's County and its various agencies helping to rehabilitate and build neighborhoods. HIP has changed lives and has helped create the opportunity to build generational wealth. As we all know, too often this was denied in the past because of structural racism and resulting structural barriers. HIP does this through offering HUD-approved home ownership and foreclosure prevention programs with financial capability coaching for both homeowners and renters, including families at risk of homelessness. The counseling program is now one of the largest in Maryland, offered in both Prince George's and Montgomery counties. In reality, HIP is so much more than just the houses and buildings they build, renovate, and run. HIP stays involved and works to see that houses become homes. HIP helps residents become part of a community. We're fortunate to have HIP as part of our community. HIP continues to make things better, not just for the people they work with, but for everyone who lives in Prince George's County. It's a blessing they are here, and today is a wonderful and typical example of HIP's success. Thank you so much for inviting me here today, and congratulations to all the new homeowners.
Thank you so much, Jolene. I really appreciate your kind words and your ongoing support for HIP. We can always count on you when we need extra help to come through for us. So we appreciate working with you and having you as our representative. A little bit of background about HIP. We are a green nonprofit housing developer and counseling agency based in Prince George's County. We're now 31 years old, and in our history, we've counseled over 25,000 unique clients in both Prince George's and Montgomery counties, and we provide services ranging from getting the homeless into permanent housing all the way to home ownership, as you see here. We have the full spectrum of housing services here at HIP. Our housing development activities include multifamily development and single-family development. Usually what we do is acquire vacant and distressed single-family homes that we do gut high-quality renovations to. They're energy efficient, usually with a front porch, and then we sell them to first-time home buyers. We have focused on Palmer Park since 1992. We have acquired and renovated 87 homes, 87 homes in Prince George's County, and 39 of them are right here in Palmer Park. Once we sell our Park Meadows, that will increase the number up to 48 homes in Palmer Park that HIP has developed for first-time home buyers. Let me acknowledge some of our distinguished guests today, and I don't see all of you. I tried to scan through and see some. I know we have a HIP board here. We have Sam Parker as our chair. Marty Mellett as our vice chair is here. I see Andy Joseph is here as a board member. Angela Hill is also here. I'm sure there are other people I don't see as I scan through here quickly. And I see some other longtime friends. I have to acknowledge Mosey Harrington, who is on the call here. Mosey is the founding executive director of HIP, and she was with HIP for the first 24, count them, years. When I was able to come in and succeed her, what a pleasure to come in to this organization that Mosey created and had the vision for. She set it up for me, and I was able to step in and continue growing the organization. So, many thanks to Mosey. I know that this project dates back to her days at HIP, when this was a gleam in the eye of Stephanie and Mosey to go and develop these townhomes, and to actually see it come through and into fruition. I'm just so happy that Mosey's here to see this day. I know we have some elected officials besides Council Member Ivy. We also have State Senator Malcolm Augustine, who represents District 47 and has been a great friend to HIP. I'm sure that there are other people here as we go through the program. I'm sure I will be getting your names, and I'll try to acknowledge you later, so please forgive me if I don't have your names in front of me now. I want to acknowledge the HIP staff. I see that many of them are on today to see this. I want to acknowledge our home buyers. We've already had 2 settlements, and we have 1 or 2 more today, another one on Friday and a couple on Monday. People are moving in. These are wonderful, wonderful home buyers. Everyone that I've met so far has just been so enthusiastic, and it's just been so gratifying to have these wonderful home buyers moving into the Palmer Park neighborhood. So let me explain what our format is going to be like today. First, we're going to see a video that is narrated by Stephanie Prestel, our deputy director, who is the brains behind this project, and she is our dogged deputy director. If it can be done, Stephanie is going to get it done. She's going to figure out a way to go. She's our patron saint of hopeless cases, and she always comes through. So we're going to start with a recording of the project where you're going to meet two of our home buyers who do actually a ribbon cutting themselves at the site. And then you'll get a virtual tour of the inside of one of the townhomes that will be narrated by Stephanie. And then we will hear from Estella Alexander, who is the director of the Prince George's County Department of Housing and Community Development. They have been a real leader and a champion of this project. They have been very generous in their funding and support of this project. This would not have happened without Prince George's County DHCD. And then finally, you will hear from Renee Vance, who you're going to meet in the video. And she is a home buyer ready to go to settlement in a couple of days and has just been a tremendous voice for this project. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to presenting the first part of the video where you'll hear Stephanie's narration and then from Stephanie herself. Take it away, Claudia.
This is a project we've been working on for 15 years. It is with great joy that you have joined us here today and that we are breaking ground on a very exciting project. Housing Initiative Partnership has been in conversations with Prince George's County for many years about the possibilities for this piece of land. This is an infill lot in an existing community, and we always thought that it would be ideal for home ownership. And these projects take a long time because there's a lot of thought, and we want to be very careful to make sure that this is what the community wants. It's been an incredible journey. We're all about first-time home ownership and making sure that it's affordable. Housing prices are very expensive in this part of the country, and it's very hard for our first-time home buyers to break into home ownership. We're a green developer, and that's very important to us. Sustainability is not only affordability, but it's also having sustainable materials.
Good afternoon, my name is Renee Vance.
Good afternoon, my name is Daniel Shankar.
Good afternoon, my name is Sincere Vance.
I am a first-time home buyer and I'm very excited to be purchasing a home. It's my son, he is 19 and that's Sincere, and then I have my grandson and Daniel is 8, he'll be moving in as well. We came out, we looked at it, I saw the pictures online, and then when I read the description I said, wait a minute, no, this can't be right. And then I contacted the HIP program. They assured me after I purchased my home, if I have any questions, they're still going to be there to answer my questions even after I sign my documents. I'm more excited than anything because it's my first home and I don't have to pay rent anywhere. I own it and I'm not paying someone else's bills. So I'm very, very excited about that part.
New home, new adventures, new journey.
It has been many years in the making, and we are just thrilled to be here today.
Hi, I'm Dracana Ford, and this is going to be my new home. I'm a first-time home buyer, and now I'll tell you a little bit about my process. So with HIP Homes, you are required to go through a housing counseling first-time home buyers program, and I learned so many great things from that program, even though we weren't in person and it had to be virtual. To be able to choose those high-end choices was really something that was really important to me, and it made me feel more like I was a part of the process of the new construction, and it made me feel like this is actually my home. It's really gonna hit me probably my first night here. I have a puppy, and so my dream was to have a yard, a fenced-in yard for my puppy. And so just seeing him run around and explore the home, I think that's really is when it's going to set in, and I'm just going to be overjoyed. Without HIP, I definitely would not be sitting here in a new home. For one, I definitely wouldn't have even started my process. I probably would have put it off more, thinking that it wasn't as tangible as it was, and they made it a reality for me.
the emotion that our home buyers have with having this great opportunity to have a place of their own. You know, a house is more than just a structure where you live. It's a home where you build memories, your family grows up, you have connection to your neighbors.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie.
Great. Thank you, Claudia. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. We are so excited to be at the end of this journey with these lovely new homes. And Ms. Vance, you're going to make me cry. Don't do that. I had such a great time being able to be on site with our homeowners when we shot the video a few weeks ago. So it's just, I think it's emotional for all of us. But these projects do not happen without enormous number of partners. And so I am going to try to make sure I have captured all of those various partners. On the financing side, Prince George's County Department of Housing and Community Development, Estella Alexander and her team, Pam Wilson, Astrid Donis, Linda Taylor. We could not have done this without you, with their endless support and significant financial backing for our development. Another great partner for us has been the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Carol Gilbert and her team with Community Revitalization, we were able to apply for a number of resources to make this project a possibility. And those included Community Legacy that went towards the purchase of the land. We were one of the first organizations to be awarded a new funding source called the National Capital Strategic Economic Development Fund. I always have to look at my notes because it's a long name. NED is what it's short for, but that helped us do the not very sexy parts of development, such as infrastructure, putting in water and sewer lines that are so necessary but very expensive, so that we couldn't have done it without them. The National Fair Housing Alliance has been a remarkable partner to HIP over the last many years. They have assisted us with down payment and closing cost assistance, and in this case, it helped us put funds in towards the development of these new homes. City First is our construction lender, and we have a lot of great folks from City First, Devon Moore, Mark Batchelor, Thomas, and Kathy Morgan. We really appreciate all of their work and effort to help us get to the finish line with that construction, all important construction financing. On the actual development side, Urban Built is our general contractor, and we have quite a team with Urban Built, Jason Watts, David Linsalata, and George Valentine, who is on site. And then, of course, Carol, who is in the back office, who is helping us make sure it all happens. Architecturally, these homes are just lovely, and we couldn't have done it without our partnership with ZAD, Zavos Architecture and Design, Bruce Davos, Liam Fox, John Kirshner. We really appreciate all you've done to help us design and implement and oversee to make sure that these homes are beautiful and functional. And then Pando Alliance. This is all about energy efficiency and meeting our net zero ready standard. And we couldn't do that design-wise or monitoring-wise without Pando Alliance. And that's Janice Romanowski and Teal Butner and Zach Smith. And we really appreciate everything. Thing that they've done to help us get to the finish line. And this is a conventional loan product that many of our purchasers were able to take advantage of. And so they are helping us get to the finish line. And so we really want to thank Reginald Exum and Mark Grant and Joe Giapatroni, who has really been working very hard to help all of our purchasers get to that settlement. And then, of course, these don't happen without a realtor to help us with the various pieces of the transaction. Cerrito Realty has been a partner with HIP from the very beginning of the organization. And so it is great to be able to continue to work with Cerrito Realty, with both Michael and now his son, Andrew, to help us make sure that our homeowners have everything that they need in the process along the way, and that we, as smoothly as possible, get to closing. And I also, Lisa is pointing out that I didn't mention yet, our civil engineer, applied civil engineering, Ziad Shabali, who is here in the county, has been a great resource and very familiar with the county. We couldn't do all of the grading permits and all of the work that has to be done with our site work along the way. So with that, we're really appreciative of our partners. Of course, HIP was the developer, and it's a full effort by everyone in the office. While I was primarily focused on the project, everyone in the office has had a part of it, from our housing counseling staff to Laura, who answers the phone and assists our purchasers, to Lisa, who's always available with our communications to make sure people understand the process and are connected to the right person. So it really is a whole team effort, and I'm really grateful to be working with such a great group of folks to be able to get to this point where we have these 9 beautiful homes for first-time home buyers. So with that, I'd like to, Claudia, if we can go to, here we go. So one of the fun things about technology is now there are these 360 videos that real estate agents are able to access. And so we were able to work with Streeter Realty and his videographer to do a 360 video. So Claudia is going to show you around one of our end unit homes. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the project as you're getting a tour, since you can't physically be on site to do so. So these homes were designed to be net zero ready, and that's a certification that was set by the U.S. Department of Energy. And it is a very rigorous requirement that involves energy efficiency, comfort, health, and durability. And through the course of meeting this certification, we worked with Pando Alliance and ZAD to make sure that we were meeting all of the various requirements. The home is 47% more efficient than a code-built home. We worked at looking at the whole home design, so we're looking at both the use of energy as well as the creation of energy. We were able to do techniques such as advanced framing techniques, things like 2x6 walls, high density insulation, fiberglass bats. We did a lot with air sealing, which is all hidden behind the walls, but critical to the performance of a home and the energy efficiency of it. With this certification of net zero ready, you're also meeting several other certifications, including Energy Star. So this has an Energy Star rating. It has Water Sense rating, which means that the water fixtures and the toilets are all very efficient. And then we also have Indoor Air Plus, and that's all about the indoor air quality, making sure that the cabinetry and the adhesives and the various other materials, carpets, flooring, are not off-gassing. So it's a very healthy home in terms of the air quality as well. As we walk through the home, you'll see that it's all the homes are 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The basement is unfinished, but it has a rough-in for another full bath in the basement when the homeowner chooses to finish it. It also has an egress that allows a bedroom to be added to the basement so that it's safe for that as well. There's a lot of open space and a lot of natural light, so it's a really comfortable and efficient space to live in as well. We're excited about the affordability of the homes. We have a unique structure for the sale of the homes. Each homeowner is, the homes were priced at $330,000, which is market, but is more than a first-time home buyer earning 80% of area median income can afford. So the home buyer is financing $265,000, and then HIP is providing a $65,000 second deed of trust. It's 0% interest, no monthly payment, and it's a 15-year term. It's repaid when the homeowner sells or transfers the property, but starting in year 5 to 15, it starts reducing. So the longer the homeowner stays in the home, the less they owe. And so they're continuing to build equity, not only in the value of the home, but also by the reducing of that second deed of trust. So it's a way to not only revitalize the community and bring something new and very high quality to the community, but it's also a way to help the homeowners build equity in their financial situation as well. So we're really excited about how these homes turned out. It's been a long time coming. I know Mosey's on this call, and she will tell you that when HIP first started 31 years ago, they were approached about this site as well. And it's taken us a long time to ultimately decide what is the best way to go, but in partnership with Prince George's County and HIP and all of our many, many, many partners, we believe it's really become a successful development. And so with that, I'd like to turn it back over to Mary Ann.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for that fabulous tour. I wish you could be there in person to see it, but you got a pretty good idea from that. We have a few other guests that I know I want to acknowledge here. One is May Avenilla, who is on our board. I want to acknowledge her. Also, I see that Eva Schumann, who is a representative from Senator Chris Van Hollen's office, is with us today. And Senator Van Hollen has been really a great supporter of affordable housing in general and of HIP in particular. He's always come through for us, especially during the foreclosure crisis when we had to refer clients, and he would help cut through red tape to help our clients stay in their homes. I also want to acknowledge Council Member Patricia Waiters from the town of Fairmont Heights. I see that she's here. After we're done with this, there is no rest for the weary. Stephanie is going to jump right into our next project, which is in partnership with the town of Fairmont Heights, where we will be developing 7 net zero single family detached homes that are going to really transform one of the streets in Fairmont Heights. So we're very eager to start on that project. You'll be hearing about that, and hopefully a year from now, we can do this in person, so you can come and see these and not have part of a virtual tour. I now want to introduce to you the Director of the Department of Housing and Community Development, Estella Alexander. As we have said, this project wouldn't have happened without Prince George's County Department of Housing and Community Development and the kind of support that they have given for the work that we do. I'm very happy to welcome Estella Alexander. Estella.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mary Ann Dillon. I am excited and very, very pleased and happy to be here. I just want to make a few comments and just simply to say on behalf of the Department of Housing and Community Development and the Also Brooks administration, we are very happy to partner with HIP in this effort in developing the Palmer Park Meadows development. We have a successful history with HIP, and we appreciate the work that they provide in our communities, particularly those communities inside the Beltway. Building and preserving affordable housing is a key initiative of the Also Brooks administration, particularly during this time when creating these opportunities are very challenging and the cost of creating these opportunities are equally as challenging. However, DHCD has worked in partnership and provided support through our Home Investment Partnership Program, along with many other financial partners who've helped to make this development come to fruition. The agency will continue to do this because it's key to our mission, and that is to preserve and create affordable housing opportunities, and in this case, home ownership opportunities. I just simply want to close by saying it is wonderful to see the tears of joy from Ms. Vance, and she's been smiling throughout this entire virtual opening. And it's also a great joy to see Ms. Ford. And I just want to congratulate all of the homeowners. You are truly blessed, and we're happy to be a part of your joy for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Estella. And again, congratulations to our home buyers. I'm so glad that some of you were able to join us today. And now we get to hear from one of our home buyers. You already got to meet Erne Vance during the video, but now we get to hear from her in person in her old house, getting ready for her new house. So take it away, Erne.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you all for having me today. Hello, everyone. I'm Erne Vance, and I will be the new owner of one of the beautiful newly built townhomes on Palmer Park Road. I am beyond excited, but even more so that my son, Sincere, and grandson, Daniel, are just as excited as I am to be entering this new chapter of our lives as homeowners. They are truly, truly my world. It has been a terrific experience and accomplishment to involve my boys in this process and to be able to set the example for them to aspire to one day be homeowners after they start their own families as well. I always want to be a positive example for them and showing them by working hard they too can achieve their goals in life. Sincere, Daniel, and I are really looking forward to making so many great memories in our new home. We can't wait to host holiday gatherings and backyard barbecues in the summertime, of course, once we are past the quarantine phase. Um, I have quite a few siblings as well, and we all grew up in Maryland and DC, and we are a very tight-knit family. I work in DC, and it was very important for me to buy a home in a neighborhood that was really close for commuting to my job, but also close to my family. So I'll say yes, I'm very proud to be a native Washingtonian and own property here. I'm very familiar with Palmer Park and all that the neighborhood offers. My grandson can now ride his bike. He can't wait to go to the community center, and there's a huge field across the street from where we will be moving. I'll tell you just a little bit about the process of buying my home during the pandemic. And I started this process roughly about June. Again, I was online looking for some homes with my mom and my agent. And we saw these properties being built. And I thought, well, let me go take a look at them in person. And buying a home during the quarantine and social distancing restrictions were a little bit out of the norm, but to be honest, I just couldn't let this deal pass me by. When I saw the home online and read the descriptions, and then it was for $330, and then all of the perks that you got, I was just really ecstatic. So I couldn't wait to jump at the chance and become one of the lucky few to get approved. I would definitely encourage more first-time home buyers to be open to the possibilities. Taking the first home buyers counseling with the HIP program will definitely help them to have a better understanding of the process. I took the online course because my schedule was so crazy, but I knew I needed more information and a better understanding, not just buying a home, but maintaining my future in the home was golden to me and my happiness in the future. So with that being said, thank you all for allowing me to tell my story today. And I hope that everyone will have a great day and be safe.
Renee, thank you so much. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more with a buyer like you and Ms. Ford and the other people who are on this call here who are going to be home buyers. Your story is really inspirational to all of us. I mean, we work hard here at HIP. We really work hard, but you're the reason we work so hard, because at the end of the day, when we were able to hear testimony like this from you, who's going to benefit from our hard work, it makes all the difference. So I appreciate everything you've done for us, being willing to be in these videos and to speak to us today. And we really look forward to working with you as your new home, as a new homeowner. We hope to have a long relationship and partnership with you. My closing remarks right here. I'm sure you all agree after seeing this video and the inside tour and hearing from our home buyers that this is really an extraordinary program, and we are so lucky and blessed to be able to do something like this and help to make Palmer Park a special place to live. So I want to thank all of our sponsors once again for making this happen. You saw through Stephanie, it takes a lot of people to bring this together. It takes a village to build 9 townhomes for sure. But I really have to give a special shout out to Stephanie Prestel, our deputy director, who is dogged, tireless, and gets it done. She just gets it done despite any obstacle that comes her way. She will get it done. This is not the first time that we've seen Stephanie take on a project that just seemed to be insurmountable and come to the finish line with, a really happy ending. So I just want to extend my deep appreciation to Stephanie. I know the entire board and all the staff and all of our partners really appreciate the work that you do. It would never have happened without you. So with that, I want to thank everybody for attending our virtual ribbon cutting, and enjoy the rest of Community Development Week. Enjoy all these closings coming up to get people into their new home. And I'm going to turn this back to Claudia. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Marianne. I have nothing to add. I just really want to thank all of our partners and everybody for being here today. We had more than 80 people at this ribbon cutting, and I'm really excited and thankful. And I too just want to say, Erne, your smile is going to carry me for a lot of Community Development Week. It's beautiful, and congratulations, Stephanie and Marianne, on a long, hard work to get this project done. But Erne's smile is worth it. So thank you. And have a wonderful day, everyone. I really appreciate, I know we're not able to be in person today, but I feel all the positive vibes from all of you. So your board, all the partners, thank you so much. And thanks so much for tuning in to CDN Community Development Week. And I hope you will also tune in for the rest of the week to other projects and see everything that's happening throughout the state. Thank you so much, everybody.